Well, I have to admit, I don't regret going to see the mummy with you.
Oh yeah, it was really nice of you to invite me.
Oh, I didn't invite you. I just wanted to watch to see if it was crap or not.
Oh, well.
Well, anyway, it was a good movie, and what the fuck's going on here?
Alright, OP, this is the standard agreement that you've signed before. Okay, just sign here. And here. Initial here. And I'll just turn the page and...
What the hell's going on?
Oh! Hey, gentlemen.
Optimus, what are you doing with Satan?
It looks like he's signing a deal with the devil.
Well, yeah, I could see that. But why are you signing the deal with the devil? No offense.
That's okay. I get that a lot.
It's not what it looks like, gentlemen. You see, even though I've been trying my hardest to give the Transformers a good name again, it's still so hard.
Well, that's because you're not doing much to make it any better.
Well, no matter what, we just keep getting crunched by these ponies. Even you've started to review ponies. Well, yeah, that's because my views are starting to swagger, but that's not the point. I believe that is the point. You know as well as I do that it's almost impossible for a Transformer to survive in this day and age without some outside assistance. Yeah, but rigging it, using a deal with the devil, isn't the way to go about this. Again, no offense.
None taken.
Look, I was going to save this for later, but I think a situation like this, I'm going to have to review all the rest of the 5-part of Darkness Rising right now. That's impossible. Nothing is impossible when you're a Muppet. Come on, let's get the show on the road. He's crazy. I'm just a gentleman. I'm also part of Animaniac. This'll show Optimus Prime. There are still true Transformers fans out there, even if it's a dead sea right now. I know that they'll rally in support of real Transformers, and not that Michael Bay cliché bullshit. This is the rest of Transformers Prime Darkness Rising, episodes 2 through 5. Episode 2 begins with Megatron coming back and checking up on all the assets here on Earth.
Starscream. Now that I have returned, I will issue the commands.
He's also taking part in his favorite pastime, making Starscream look like the bitch. Of course, to be fair, it's not going to be that hard. He already kind of looks like a butt plug. But as he returns, Starscream immediately assumes that he has some sort of grand army. But in fact, Megatron has something even more powerful.
Gaze upon Dark Energon.
And to help explain exactly what Dark Energon is, Starscream, take the helm.
Legend tells that it holds the power to revive the dead.
Wait a minute. So Megatron's ultimate plan is to raise an army of the undead? His ultimate plan is to raise an army of zombies to conquer the universe. Well, screw the plot of Optimus turning evil. I want to see where this ends up. Hey, I find that to be a compelling plot. I don't even think you're buying that bullshit. I know. I am sorry. Continue. Well, Megatron wants to test this theory of raising the dead, so he calls upon Starscream to make the ultimate sacrifice. But thankfully for Starscream, he just happens to have an Autobot corpse on hand. What a quinkydink. But hey, if it means getting more Cliffjumper back in the action and booting Bumblebee off the stage, I'm all for this plan. Let's see it go! But we're going to have to put a hold on that as we cut back to the Autobots exclaiming what we heard of in the last episode, that the children may be in danger because they know of their existence. And so, what's the plan?
It is best that you three remain under our watch, at least until we can determine our enemy's intentions.
Internmentship, got it. You're keeping them all secure for their protection. Understood, Optimus. Of course, then he's not thinking it through that there's also, what if people can't find them, like their parents? You know, you gotta get the police involved, and, you know, there's huge search warrants, but it should all blow over in a couple of months. No big deal, just keep doing it. Of course, there's not enough time to sweat over the small stuff, as the proximity alarm sounds, which means someone's headed to their location. And who would it be? Well, why not their human liaison to the governments of Earth? Because you know, everything's a government conspiracy. Everything. Meet Agent Fowler, the human representative of planet Earth to the Cybertronians, who pretty much is only there to exploit the destruction and damages that the Autobots do in the sake of peace. Of course, he's not too happy with them about the earlier incidents. Well, it's a good thing he hasn't found out about the kids yet. Of course, keep your clocks ticking, because it's only a matter of time. Of course, when Agent Fowler kind of puts the pieces together as the Decepticons are back, his first reaction is wake up the Pentagon and send in some tactical nukes. Yep, typical Republican. Has to blow up everything. Political slam! Of course, in his defense, I feel much happier if somebody nuked Megatron and the Decepticons, rather than just keep them occupied with the Autobots for the time being. Just saying. But Optimus won't allow for a single human casualty, so Agent Fowler leaves with a very vague warning of, either you handle this, or we will.
Pretty big bearings for a human.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Bulkhead. You really are best Autobot. Give him a round of applause, people. Like, he really is the best Autobot. And so, we cut back to Megatron trying to revive the Rock's dead career. I mean, revive Cliff Jumper. Yeah, that's what I meant. It's alive! So let's see how ZombieCons actually act. Well, since Autobots and Decepticons alike both devour Energon, I would assume that he's not exactly going to eat their brains. But beating the living shit out of the Viacons certainly is a second best option. What can I say but, you're welcome! Oh, shut up. That was golden, you know it. Well, with Cliff Jumper coming back online, his signal does as well. So the Autobots decide to mobilize if there's a chance to save their fallen comrade, which of course leads them right into the middle of a firefight. And once again, we get some really awesome destructive movement porn. Oh, that movement porn. I already came to it! Well, there goes my joke. So we cut back and forth between the humans and Ratchet, and Optimus Prime and the fighting.
What is this anyway?
Broken. Don't touch. Don't touch that either.
Is there anything in here we can touch?
Well, to that I have to say, you can touch me! You can touch me! What the fuck? Come on, come on! Where's the ladies? Where's the ladies who can touch me? I'll let them touch me. Get out of here! Go! We've already had enough masturbation jokes this episode. Never enough! Of course, these clips back and forth do serve a purpose, as Ratchet exclaims that the only way they can get around is via space bridge. But they have a ground bridge that can't extend past interstellar travel. In other words, they're stuck on Earth without a way out. And to anyone who's ever been trapped at an airport while all the planes were grounded, you'd understand their feeling. Well, against all odds, RC managed to find what remains of Cliffjumper, and well, it ain't pretty. Ugh. I can only imagine how hard it must be to be torn apart like that. Why is there ominous foreshadowing music playing? Well, rather than handle the hustle and bustle of an actual fight, Megatron orders Starscream to simply blow the mine. And everything in it. Well, this can only end graciously for them, now won't it? And for those of you saying this is only episode 2, they're not going to kill off anybody majorly important, I'd like to refer you back to episode 1, Cliffjumper. So the Autobots do manage to all make it back, while RC did unintentionally obtain a small sample of the Dark Energon. In the meantime, there's still the matter of the human kids missing their curfew.
Earth customs. I hadn't considered.
Screw the curfew, man! Come on, how old are you, like 16? Besides, I think the survival of your life is more important than meeting your 10:30... 10:30? Really? Your curfew is 10:30 for a 15 to 16-year-old? Loser! So, Optimus reconsiders his original statement of keeping the kids locked up tight under their protection and gives them each a separate guardian to escort them home. Miko gets Bulkhead, Raph gets Bumblebee, and Jack, of course, gets RC. But you know, I was kinda hoping for more awesome Megatron stabby things this episode. Do you mind, giving me a little bit something to work with, episode?
Lord Megatron, no! Not your spark chamber! You do not know what it will do!
Well, damn! That was more than what I was expecting. So yeah, Megatron just injected himself with a huge shroud of Dark Energon right into his spark chamber. And that was not a sexual joke. You just keep telling yourself that, sonny boy. But I'll be there. I'll be waiting. I really wish he'd take his fucking pills. Well, that pretty much wraps up everything in episode 2 as we proceed to episode 3, where we see the results of Megatron's little experiment.
It's as if the blood of Unicron, the Destroyer, flows through my veins. As if I hear his very thoughts.
Wait, you can hear his very thoughts? Did this episode just confirm that there's going to be a Unicron episode? Because I really hope there's a Unicron episode. So, with his upgrade, Megatron runs off to probably find another dead body. While in the meantime, RC, Bulkhead, and Bumblebee start growing some attachments to their new human partners via their own unique style. Well, hey, it's still more believable than Bumblebee trying to help Shia LaBeouf get laid. Because that was just dumb. So, Ratchet is enjoying some well-deserved peace and quiet right before he's attacked by something that Bulkhead broke in a previous episode. Now, I think that Team 4-Star did a joke like this. I think it went, Optimus, help! Works every time. So, while trying to figure out what exactly caused Ratchet's equipment to spring to life, Optimus comes up with a very backwards conclusion that it was Dark Energon. So now that they know exactly what they're dealing with, this sounds like a good opportunity for all those little kid bastards to just show up and ruin everything.
That was awesome!
I was joking. Don't actually do that! God! Hate those little bastards. So Optimus decides that since the kids are here, to leave almost all of his troops there to babysit them. Why? Wouldn't it be smart just to leave one of them? Like Bumblebee or Bulkhead? Why does the entire team need to stay behind? I mean, this whole point is made irrelevant since RC and Bumblebee just drive off anyone. So, what was the point of leaving them behind? So, with Bulkhead playing babysitter, the human Miko decides to take control and try to get them all to be a rock band. Oh, please, for the love of God, somebody save me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Come on.
Proximity sensor! Quick, hide!
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but thank God the government is intervening on this episode. Thank you, Agent Fowler. Yep, Agent Fowler shows up in order to chew Optimus's ass out about the incident involving blowing up a mountain. But not before he accidentally sees the kids there. And so at this point, Agent Fowler loses it and demands that they be taken into custody.
It's for your own protection.
We're protecting them.
Well, maybe you can explain that to my superiors at the Pentagon.
Out of order.
This isn't over, Bigfoot. Not by a long shot.
Really, Agent Fowler? You're gonna try to intimidate Bulkhead? You're going to try to intimidate Bulkhead. I mean, have you seen the size? Have you seen this size of Bulkhead? He is one of the biggest Autobots there, and you're gonna try to intimidate him? Check your privilege, human! So Agent Fowler storms off in a huff and contacts his superiors, but not before he gets intercepted by Starscream and Soundwave. And I think it's about time we saw some action this episode. Cue a sky battle. Admittedly, I'm not the biggest fan of how Laserbeak looks, but damn does Laserbeak kick ass. I mean, I know he's fighting a human, but damn! It doesn't matter if you're an Autobot, a human, or a Decepticon. When Laserbeak sets his sights on you, you dead. So, Agent Fowler gets captured, but not before he manages to send a distress beacon to Bulkhead and the kids, which they try to track down, even though there's no real way to track him down.
Maybe I can narrow it down. About 5 years ago, the government started microchipping their agents. You know, like owners do with pets.
Nerd. Of course, to be fair, it does justify his existence. What about the other two? What have they contributed? So Agent Fowler appears before Starscream, as we can all assume he's going to be tortured for information. Meanwhile, they manage to get his coordinates, and Bulkhead runs in for the rescue, and leaves Jack in charge. But what's this? Miko seems to disappear. Now I wonder where she could have gone.
All right. What's the plan?
Yeah, the little idiot followed Bulkhead into the space bridge as he proceeds to... Jesus Christ, Bulkhead! Is that really appropriate to show a kid? I mean, just because you replace blood with sparks and replace heart organs with metal components, that doesn't make that scene any less gruesome. I mean, hell, that's the reason Mortal Kombat is rated M for mature. So, Bulkhead proceeds to tell RC and Bumblebee the situation in possibly one of the funniest reaction shots I've seen in Transformers. In the meantime, Jack and Wrath decide they have to go and rescue Miko because Bulkhead doesn't know she's there. Well, they assume he doesn't know. So wait, your genius plan is to go there yourself instead of contacting RC or Bumblebee. You're just as brain dead as she is! And Wrath, you were supposed to be the smart one. So, with RC and Bumblebee being forced to drive all the way to their location, we then cut back to Optimus and Ratchet as they explore what appears to be a giant ash trench that I can only assume was the setting for Mufasa's death in The Lion King. Yeah, giant trenches that pursued from the sky, and the sky is covered in a dark fog, doesn't bode well for most superheroic heroes who end up dying on multiple occasions. Hey, I resent that. You know it's true. Yeah, but you don't have to keep rubbing it in my face. Dying hurts. Oh, please, how bad can it be? You wanna try? No, sir. That's what I thought, bitch. I'll show you, bitch. I'm doing a review here. Well, during this scene, we also hear that Earth was the site of one of the most historic and bloodiest battles in Cybertronian history, even before they landed on Earth. Wait a minute. Where's Megatron? You know, I got this funniest feeling that I'm going to be saying "Where's Megatron" a lot. But, at the very least, he has a sense of dramatic timing. So, Megatron does the whole gloating bit that his Optimus time has come, it's been too long, it's time for it all to end, and blah blah blah, as he chucks the shard of Dark Energon straight into the ground, and holy mother of God! One shard did all that. One shard revealed that many Cybertronian dead. All it took was one shard. Well, damn, this stuff is powerful. Kind of makes you wonder what else it could be used for. So, with a seemingly endless horde of Cybertronian dead bearing down on Optimus and Ratchet, it seems that all hope is lost, and thus concludes Episode 3. And so, with Episode 3 over, let us proceed to Episode 4. Gentlemen! Gentlemen! Commando? That's right, I'm back out of prison, y'all. What's up? Well, nothing much, I'm just doing a Transformers review. How have you been? Well, some of the liberals watched your video, and they got offended that you had any sort of support for something that they don't like. So they gave you this bomb. Oh, well that's just sweet of them. You know, it's always nice to see fan support of... Did you say... Oh crap. Gentlemen, gentlemen. Oh boy. Yeah, he ain't getting up from this one. What happened? Well, you see, some liberals sent some bombs through the mail. Why? Well, you see, he said the comment that I feel safer if we just nuked all our enemies. He said Decepticons, not enemies. Yeah, they can't really distinguish between fact and feelings. Well, what are we gonna do now? Well, there's only one option to turn to. You don't mean... That's right. We turn to the man in the sky. Jesus? No, more powerful than Jesus. God? More powerful than God. The United States? Not that powerful. Then what? The big man in the sky. Giant disembodied arms, we beseech you! They're here! They're here! And it looks like they'll help us out! Hooray! How?
What's gonna happen to him?
I don't know, but something tells me we won't be able to recognize him by the time they're done. By the way, we're out of black felt, so how are they gonna fix him?
That's a good question.